Hi everyone, Lisa Haven here, and I've got tons of news. With Donald Trump officially winning the election and Hillary conceding, well, there's a lot underway even after this. I don't think the fight is over. Please don't sit back and sit in our chairs. This is one step. There's still a lot of people, still a lot of corruption in governmental office, from seats in the Supreme Court. We have that where corruption is rampant, a lot of them thinking they're gods, to even all the corruption in the Senate and the House. Although Republicans are a big part of that now, they are, but there is corruption on the Democratic side and on the Republican side. Ergo, the movement that we're seeing sparked not only here in America, but we saw the movement sparked with Brexit and Nigel Farage, who is going to be coming to speak with Donald Trump on Saturday. But this is an anti-globalism, anti-New World Order movement that is being birthed, and a patriotic movement here in America. And I believe that is what Donald Trump stands for. Now, I don't agree with all of his policies. Excuse my dog. He loves to jump in now and then. Diesel. But I do think that it is what is behind the man that much of America stands for. Now, what I want to delve in today, I'm going to show you some news reports. You know, we have riots breaking out in multiple cities across the country. They've been going on for a few days. We'll see how long they continue. 10 different cities that I know of. There might be more, and there might be more coming, but let's hope they teeter down. Things like burning flags have been taking place. And you know what? I have to say to those people, and I might say it more than once, but get the hell out of my country. If you're going to burn my flag and you don't like it, get the hell out, right? Don't live here. Don't burn my flag. This is America. This is my country. This is your country. And we're going to win it. We're going to go back to our foundational principles and keep the Constitution, the first, the second, the fourth, fifth, all the way, all of our amendments in line. But not only that, Putin has a big announcement as well. But I think the best thing to do right now is let's delve into this. But please know the fight isn't over, and not a battle fight with violence, but just the fight against the corruption, standing against the corruption, standing against these New World Order organizations, because they've got a big foothold. And let me tell you something. If Donald Trump does what he says he was going to do, he's got a long fight against him. And we need to get all that corruption out, or it's going to screamy its way back lickety split. Well, check out these news reports. All right, for starters, just want to show you this first one. You've likely heard it already, but ABC News, Hillary Clinton publicly concedes. This is painful, and it will be for a very long time. Oh, get the hell out of my country. Hillary, I wish you would go with the multiple number of celebrities that are leaving this country. And honestly, I think Donald Trump was a little too nice to the woman when he took president there and gave his speech. All right, moving on to the Daily Caller. Here is Twitter erupting with calls for Donald Trump to be assassinated. Wait, what? I think this is a true threat. You know, we've got some time to go before he's officially sworn in. Even during his presidency, just make sure you're praying for him. But this report shows a bunch of different tweets that are taking out or that talk about taking out Donald Trump. So interesting thing to weed through there, but we know that this is absolutely a threat. And look, the Democratic Party, from Scott Fogel to Bob Kramer to many of those that have come out on Project Veritas leaking their plan, has proven that they are inciting violence on purpose. Well, what do you think happens to a bunch of these followers when we're talking about a president that they don't like? Well, they start talking assassination. There's a lot of crazies out there, and the Democratic Party is purposefully, or has purposefully pushed it. And nonetheless, not to mention George Soros-backed organizations. We have Black Lives Matter is a big portion out there as well. Many brain zombified George Soros people from colleges. Unfortunately, we know there's a lot of brainwashing going on there. But here is USA Today. Thousands across the USA protest Trump victory. Obviously, there's a lot of people unhappy. But it lists all the different cities from Chicago, New York, Los Angeles, Philadelphia, Boston, Washington, D.C., Portland, Oregon, St. Paul, Minnesota, and many others. And they're guessing around 2,000 people there. But keep in mind, there's a lot of like, oh, Trump's a racist. You know what ticks me off? Is there's no real evidence for that. However, if we're going to look at the definition of racism as it sits, Hillary Clinton fits that picture when not only Secret Service, but her cook came out saying she often calls him the N-word. Please Google that. Look it up. Here's another, this is mirror.co.uk. Trump win sparks riots across the United States as crowds burn the America flag and chant, not our president, not our president. That again, I say, get the hell out of my country. Get the hell out of my country. You're going to burn my flag and not be happy? Go to Venezuela. Go to another country and live your socialist crap out there. Here's another one on InfoWars. Hillary supporters burn American flag. Riot threatened to kill Trump after losing the election. This is the kind of stuff they're pushing from the other side. Death to Trump. Someone needs to take him out with a sniper. And the list goes on. Now, we also got some shocking news from Russia. We know that if Hillary got elected, we were really looking at World War III. That's a fact. She's already threatened. But here, the Kremlin says victory, and this is on dailymail.com. The Kremlin says a victory for Clinton would have sparked World War III, you see? And electing Trump saved the world from Armageddon. This is from the Kremlin there, and it goes on to news of Trump's election was greeted with jubilation in Moscow. Presidential advisor Sergei Glavez said Americans had two choices, war or peace. We chose peace. He described Clinton as war. Vladimir Putin has said he hopes for an improvement in the U.S.-Russian relationships. And that's the next one. In this report, we have breaking what Putin just said to Trump shook the world to its knees. And what was that? Basically, a congratulations, and that, he's looking forward to peace with our country and working with our country. Don't piss off another nuclear powerhead. That's a bad idea. Also, here we have express.co.uk. Nigel Farage, the Brexit guy, to meet Trump this week after declaring his wish to work for the new U.S. president. Interesting. I think that would be an interesting pair there. But Nigel Farage congratulating Donald Trump, but also admitting he'd want to work for him. So interesting link there. So there you have it. We have the announcement from Kremlin. We have Hillary conceding. We have all the riots and the assassination talk from the far left. Look, let's think of it this way. Just think about this with me for a moment. What are they really standing for out there on the streets rioting for? It's not necessarily, I don't even think, the man Donald Trump, but it's the movement in general. What does Donald Trump stand for? He stands for freedom. He stands for patriotism, nationalism in America. And so these people, technically, they're out there saying, we don't want that. We want globalization. We want one world order. We want oneness, right? This false anti-Christ-like doctrine. It is an anti-Christ doctrine in which never in history, in our world of our history, has one person ruling over all the others ever turned out good. Never did. Think of Nero. Okay, he went killing Christians and burning them. Other people in history's time that ruled over major sections turned into massive power grabs, massive dictators, and antichrist characteristics. That's what we're looking at. So here they are protesting, burning their own dang flag. Get the hell out. I'm sorry if I repeat myself, but I mean it. And here's the thing. What nonsense that they're to this level, and that, I don't know. I got to be a little nicer here, I guess. The Christian side of me. But nonetheless, that's where we're at. And Donald Trump is going to be our president, but he needs to watch himself, because I do think that I don't put it past him. I said this the other day, that they could assassinate him. And Look, we have the most presidents compared to any other country who have been assassinated in America than any other country around. America fits the bill more. America's assassin of presidents is higher than any other country. So is it a possibility? Absolutely. But I think even a more possibility with Donald Trump. So I just hope the Secret Service there is on his side and protecting him, which I know they are. The ones that stand on the side of freedom, definitely, for sure. So not only that, but like I said, they don't like him. They don't like anyone who is against globalization, who is against things like the European Union. You have the New World Order. These are organizations I wish get the heck out. Now, Donald Trump, I doubt he'll kick out the UN, though I wish he would. But there's lots of things that he's talked about getting rid of, like the 501c3 verbiage that limits churches from talking about politics, number one. Common Core, number two. And both of those need to go. Obamacare, number three. And many other things. And so I really hope he does those things, because we need to reverse what Clinton did, what Bill Clinton did, and Obama did, and even Bush did, and many others before him. We need to get back to those founding principles where we have freedom and we are able to do those things that we once were able to do without the fear of being arrested or being watched 24/7. Now, again, I don't agree with all his policies. He's not going to be the cure-all for America. Please don't think that. But he's a hell of a lot better than Hillary Clinton would have been in that public office. So keep an eye out for that. And since they don't like him, I do fear that they could spark, and I said this the other day, an economic crisis under him. Whether they'll do that soon, whether they'll do that late, I guess time will only tell. But considering they have him in office, they're going to do everything they can to make him look bad. So get a heads up for that. And we need to make sure we've got our eye on people like Loretta Lynch. We want to get her the hell out of there. Okay. And Van Jones and anyone that is influencing people in the government or is directly involved in the government that are just bad people that have brought in their progressive socialist ideas. We need to get them out as well. Anyhow, wanted to bring you the latest and the update on everything going down and just my 2 cents on that. Well, thanks again for tuning in. And please don't forget to check out my sponsors. Look, if you're not prepared with food, like I said, when Donald Trump gets into office, it's not going to be easy. They're going to come at him. They're going to attack him. That includes attacking the country here. So there's lots of ways this could go. Whether they'll spark a war with him in office or not, that's still on the table. Please make sure you're prepped and ready with food. I use foodforliberty.com/Haven. Great product, great stuff, and they even got an organic bucket. I believe that is available now, but don't quote me on that. And again, I don't do anything that I don't practice myself, so stock up with food. Also, getthetea.com has great vitamins and supplements. The pine bark is really good, and all of them last for years on end. So there's no there's an expiration date on everything, but it's a pretty long way out. So when you have your survival food, you need to make sure you're also having a stock of supplements, because there's not all the nutrients all the time in that survival food. So get loaded up so you have the energy to do the things today that you will tomorrow, so to speak. So check out getthetea.com for all the latest supplements and stuff there. Anyhow, thanks again for tuning into my channel. This is Lisa Haven signing out.